my name is Taryn. I'm the women's football analyst for the Ladies League. We have a very special guest today by the name of Lily Alfeld, keeper and captain of the Wellington Phoenix. Lily, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So good to hear. So the Wellington Phoenix were announced as a team in the A-League Women's on the 10th of September. You were their first signing on the 15th of October, and then the season started in December. That is a really tight turnaround. Can you talk us through how you were signed and how that all came about?
Yeah, it was a very, very quick turnaround. It all came together. Obviously, the Phoenix had been trying to get a team in the women's league for years, and it was never quite able to get across the line. And in all honesty, we thought that might be the case again this year. So it was fantastic news when we did find out that it was going to go ahead. But obviously, it left Gemma and our coaches, not a lot of time to get together a team. So yeah, they had their work cut out for them in a very short amount of time. But obviously, I had as soon as I heard the team was going to be, I put my hand up and said I'd love to be a part of this, and then got the nod, and then it was a very quick turnaround from moving over here to Wollongong, and we obviously, half of us are Kiwi, half of us Australian, so we got to meet our new teammates, and here we are in the league.
Yeah, fantastic. You're obviously the inaugural captain as well. I believe that was voted on by the players as well. How special was that, and has that role sort of come with any challenges this year as well?
Yeah, it was a very proud moment for me to get to lead the girls out this season, and yeah, it was just to be voted by the players obviously meant a lot. But yeah, as you said, it has come with its challenges. This is my first time in a captaincy role, so a lot of what I'm doing is completely new to me. So I've made quite a few mistakes along the way already, but I've taken massive learnings from it, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I feel like I've grown a lot quicker, almost as a footballer, being in this position, and I've been well out of my depth in many instances, but it's been fantastic. I think it's really pushed me and helped me grow, even just to get to this point halfway through the season.
Yeah, brilliant. What's it like being in Wollongong? Obviously, circumstances have put you guys there for the season. Have you guys sort of been able to experience the gong, all it has to offer, or is it more sort of head down, focus, training, that sort of thing?
It's been a bit of a mixed bag, really. When we first arrived here, it's actually raining for about the first month. We could hardly get out of the place. But we did do a bit of exploring where we could when we had our off days, and the community here has been so welcoming, and we were very fortunate to get a player welfare manager who was based in Wollongong, so she was able to give us the insiders knowledge and what to go and do and explore in Wollongong. But obviously COVID around Christmas time kind of threw a bit of a spanner in the works, and we're quite fortunate in the sense that we're all staying together, except one player who lives in Wollongong. We're all staying together in the uni, so that kind of presented a unique opportunity to almost create a bit of a bubble around COVID. So as a team, we kind of decided that to reduce the risk of catching COVID, we would kind of essentially keep our bubble very tight, and from that point we really limited what we did. Outside of training, we didn't really go to many places, but we've kind of navigated our way through that period, and now we've been given a little bit more leeway in that sense, and they're getting back out to explore and go.
Yeah, fantastic. I imagine that can't be easy, sort of that like quasi bubble almost ish kind of life. Were you given sort of like official direction from the club, or was it sort of just a decision you guys made?
It was definitely one we talked about as a team. The club didn't put any pressure on us, but we just thought, why we had this opportunity, and a lot of us have sacrificed a huge amount to come over here. We may as well make the most of that, the 6 months that we're here. So we thought that was just another sacrifice we could make, just for the short term to get to that point. And obviously it's been quite hard. It definitely hasn't been easy, especially as some of the girls are so young, and this is their first time away from home. And the club has done a fantastic job at, trying to create that balance for us and making sure, because we don't have our families and friends to go back to at the end of the day. It has been a challenge in that sense, but yeah, obviously COVID wasn't ideal, and it kind of limited how much we could almost have that balance. As there was no, I guess, relief, and you couldn't really go away and kind of get your head out of football. But yeah, I think everyone's coped amazingly with it, and we've kind of seen that light at the tunnel now. We're getting a bit more freedom, and it's been great though, because we've had games to focus on, and it's made this period manageable.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And I think you can definitely see that freedom come out in the way you guys are now beginning to play. I wanted to ask about your coach, Gemma Lewis. So she's, someone that comes across definitely as not only a very calm and a sort of very steady influence, but also someone that's, has a very clear idea about football and is very much influencing the style of you guys this season. What's it been like playing under her?
It's been great. I've known Gemma and Nat, our assistant coach, for about 3 years now. I've played under them in our Future Ferns domestic program back in New Zealand. I've been the head of that for a couple of years. So it was quite an easy transition for me. And most of the Kiwi girls were all very familiar with them. But yeah, they've been great. They've done an amazing job, pulling together this team in such a short amount of time. I think, I have so much admiration for what they've done. In just a short amount of time, and with what resources they had, and they've had great support and backing from the club. But then I think a lot of what people don't see is they're not just I guess like a normal coach's role. They are just picking the team, and they aren't just taking the trainings, but the scope of what they've been doing is just enormous, just purely for the fact they've had to move this extremely young team over, and so they've had to kind of take on almost like a motherly role for a lot of the girls. They've been fantastic in just supporting everyone and making sure like they're coping outside of football. I think, I couldn't thank them enough for what they've done, and their job never really ends. It's almost a 24/7 job for them now, just purely for the fact we're in such a unique situation. We're almost in like a camp that doesn't stop.
Yeah, for sure. It's so funny. I always keep in mind when sort of, making an angry tweet about a player, or not an angry tweet, but, like saying something about a player, it's like, you never know what's going on. And I feel like sort of managing that player in, at any level is almost 50% of the job. Is sort of, are you okay? Are you comfortable? Are you, happy to be on the field today? Like that's such a difficult job for a coach, I imagine. And I imagine as a captain as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely, especially in the last month, it's just, it's kind of taken its toll, just the girls being away from home. And I think it's just, this is a lot more extreme than most cases. But I think they've just been brilliant. And the club as well, in providing us, support in like a number of ways in terms of access to counselling and psychologists, and then having a player welfare manager based here in Wollongong, as well as a development manager back in New Zealand. So we've been given everything we could possibly need to kind of get through this. But Gemma and Nat have been leading that extremely well.
Awesome. So we are still learning about your team and your teammates this season in Australia. So I wanted to ask you a few questions just about them, so we can get to know them a bit better. So the first one is, if you were stuck on a deserted island with one other player, who would you want it to be and why?
Oh, that's a tough one. Oh, there'll be a lot of pressure. I feel like I'm like a few enemies. Gosh, I'm a deserted island. Am I trying to survive?
You're trying to survive. So, the person ideally pretty resourceful.
Oh, that's a tough one. I would actually say Kate Taylor, my vice captain. for an 18, she's extremely smart for an 18-year-old. She's got such a composed hair on her shoulders. I think, yeah, she's great company too. She's a lot of fun off the pitch, but I think, yeah, she'd definitely be a person I'd want on my team.
Ticks all the boxes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So next one, you have to pick one player to nail a stand-up comedy routine. Who do you pick?
Oh, there's a whole one again. We're actually just having this conversation the other day. I think it'd have to be Kelly Brown.
Okay.
Yeah, she's hilarious. She's brilliant one-liners, I think. Yeah.
It's the confident delivery as well. Always makes it. Yeah. Do you have someone that's in charge of the music on the team bus?
Oh, it varies a bit. Yeah, I think it's actually quite a topic of debate. I guess it depends. A lot of different tastes in the team. My taste is way too old for most of the girls. I'm about 10 years too old for most of them. But Kate Taylor usually takes charge on game day. But I think our playlist is a combination of a lot of the girls' inputs.
Do you have a certain song that's like the meme song that plays? It just makes its way onto every trip.
Oh, no, I think it's actually been pretty mixed up. I know my season last year at Perth Glory, we had one that we killed, which is sort of played to the death. But this season we've mixed it up. I couldn't think of one.
Oh, please! What was the song at Perth?
Oh, it's that song about it's Friday. And then
it's Friday.
Every time I hear that song now, I always think of Perth.
Amazing. So the last question I have about your teammates, who's going to score the first Wellington Phoenix women's bicycle kick goal?
1, 2. Oh, I think I would upset some people if I don't say them. I definitely think any of our strikers would do that. I don't know how many of them would pull it off.
Who would be the most likely to try, irrespective of success?
Pritchard, I think, really likely to try. Yeah, and she's so hungry for a goal every game. Yeah, I definitely think I'd put her name in the mix.
Incredible. So finally, we do have one question that we ask all of our guests here at the Ladies League. It's very important to us. So make sure you choose carefully. Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes. Definitely pancakes.
No!
Wrong answer?
But why pancakes?
Oh, I don't know. I love them. I love them. I think I like the soft rather than the crunchy of a waffle. I'd actually probably pick a pikelet before I'd pick a pancake though.
Yeah, I did talk to Margot Rubin from Canberra earlier, and she suggested that crepes were superior to both. So
yeah, she probably has a point there too. Yeah, anything in that family, I'll be happy with.
100%. So thank you for coming on, Lily. It's been a joy. Thank you for taking time out of your day. The Knicks have been everyone's at least second team this season, and we really are all rooting for your success. To everyone watching, you can catch their next game against Perth Glory at 6:45 p.m. Monday, I believe. There's a lot of fixture changes. Yes. Leave a like, a comment, subscribe so you don't miss any further content. Thank you. I'm a goalkeeper. I love you. I love what you do. So